Hello friends, so I am at the Topkapi Palace, and this is one of the few areas where you can actually go in and take photos and videos of everything inside. So this is the Imperial Council. There's two domes, one here and one there. So this is the entrance, that's the exit. This was basically built during the rule of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. So what it is the Imperial Council. And pretty much what happens in here is where you have the General Assembly and all the royal officials and the statesmen, and basically the ministry, the council ministry, comes together in here and they discuss the affairs of the nation. So it's very grand. The little globe over there is quite symbolic. So basically that little globe over there represents the Ottoman Empire being the center of the world. Narcissistic very much, but I mean, you know. And so that grill, the Sultan never attended. He didn't attend, and he let his council ministers take control of the area. So they used to all sit around this place and debate the issues of the time, quite like my household on a Saturday and a Sunday morning. Yeah, so that grill over there is where the Sultan actually, if he ever wanted to have a listen, would listen, but in a private space. So he never attended. Now, once the decisions were made, you then came into this room, and this room is the room where the decisions were published. So I believe these are the walls. They don't have anything on them, but very well could be where the decisions were published. I'm not quite sure. This room is also a similar sort of setting with, there it is, that globe part, which represents the Ottoman Empire being the center of the world. And yeah, so this is pretty much it. And it's a bit quiet now. It was loud before, but it's very grand, very pretty, and yeah. So that's pretty much how they made decisions around here, and eventually it got dismantled when the very last ruler. The last decision that was made in here was a decision to pretty much overturn a ruler, and then that was the last of the usage of this place. But I thought it was quite interesting that decision making was done in quite a formal manner. There was always a process of government. There was always a process of assembly, and there was always almost like a senate who get together and decide for the affairs of the nation. Anyways, so that's that. I hope everyone's having a fantastic time. I sure am. This is my last stop in this entire place. I've spent like 4 hours here, and I could have easily spent another 2. There's all these different museums. There's different rooms with different things. So there's one which was just filled with clocks of all sorts. There was one which was filled with swords and battle and army gear and like all sorts of tools. Finished that. There was one which filled with pottery. It was beautiful, absolutely stunning. Pottery and ceramics and porcelain. I'm not sure how you say that word. But so the Ottomans actually got all of their cutlery and their kitchen sets sent over by the Chinese. So the Chinese always used to send this through. So there's a lot of, if you look at the really detailed patterns in the actual pottery, you can see there's huge Asian influence. And there's like little dragons and things like that. But they actually tried to make, because they were obviously exporting the goods and their customer was the Ottoman Empire, everything was sort of made to the taste of the Ottoman Empire. So dragons, for example, may be a bit of like a snake shape, but there wouldn't be much of a head, like the actual face of it would be non-distinguishable, that sort of thing. But yeah, so okay, so it's officially Zuhr time, so I'm gonna, call it quits from here and get out of here. Hope you've all had a lovely time, and I don't know if this made any sense, but I enjoyed it. So, alright, okay, peace.